Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm going to recap a 2020 Korean action movie called The Golden Holiday. This movie is about a detective who takes his family to Philippines on their 10th anniversary. But not only for holidays, he is also looking for a treasure filled with gold bullion. What will he do then? Will he get the gold? Let's find out. The movie begins with Hong, a man who would lose his house due to his inability to repay a bank debt whose money was lent to his childhood buddy. After that, he goes to the barbecue to meet his co-workers, who are concerned about an inspection at the end of the month because they had been bribed in the previous case. Then in front of his house, he receives a call from Kim, a childhood buddy who has put him in financial trouble. He wishes Hong a happy birthday and Hong explains the problem of bank loans. But Kim laughs off and promises to pay off shortly. Right after that, Hong hears gunshots but thinks it as his ruse. Meanwhile, his wife is sulking because Hong returns home late at night and has forgotten their 10th wedding anniversary. So he persuades his wife to go to a Chinese restaurant and order a lot of food. On the other hand, his wife declines since she hopes to get a trip as a gift this year. His daughter then gives a travel brochure to Philippines for a very low price, but he still thinks the price is too high. The next morning, Hong is still thinking about the trip, but his wife has called the office to inform everyone that they will be traveling to Philippines for a holiday. The co-workers recognize his concerns due to the expense, so they gather funds to cover his family vacation. After that, he returns home and packs some things for their trip. Finally, they landed at Manila's International Airport on the next day and joined other participants on a city tour. Then they arrive at the shopping center, and Hong recognizes a man who seems to be a tour guide. He calls the man, but he runs. As a result, Hong follows him. The man turns out to be Cheol, the one who cheated the farmers in Korea. Hong asks about Kim, but Cheol informs that Kim is arrested for murder. As a result, he asks Cheol to accompany to meet Kim. Thereafter, they arrive in Manila prison and talk with Kim. He explains that everything is a misunderstanding and will be set free soon. However, he requires Hong's help in bringing a man named Park Chun-sik, who turns out to be the only witness who knows he is accused. To make him agree, Kim provides information and photos of the island where Yomashito Gold is located, the legacy of a Second World War general who buried his treasure on the island. On their way to the hotel, Hong tucks the photo into Cheol's car. As he arrives at the hotel, he lies to his wife and daughter that he must apprehend a Korean fugitive who had escaped to Philippines and also gives some money that his co-workers had given before as investigative funds. His wife agrees easily, but his daughter is disappointed because their first trip is not for a vacation, but rather to let her father work. On the other side, a man brings a local cop to the mansion and beats him for attempting to steal. Another man who seems to be the house's owner calls his right-hand man, named Patrick, to shoot him. Instead of shooting, he discusses with the cops in Korean and shoots everybody there, including his boss. On the next day, Hong's wife and daughter go on a city tour while Cheol picks him up to seek for Park at the casino. At the casino, he wins so much money that he forgets the purpose. After that, they go to the nightclub for the same purpose. Then Cheol introduces a woman who knows Park, but instead of providing information, he keeps drinking till gets drunk. The next morning, Hong awakes alone in a filthy room and finds money and a note from Cheol that warns him about the risks and crimes that exist in Philippines. Meanwhile in Korea, his co-workers are avoiding his phone calls because they feel guilty. Then he contacts another cop and informs Hong that all his co-workers had agreed to tell the inspector that he got the most bribes and the money given for a vacation to the Philippines before is a bribe. He feels annoyed, so he stops to get mango juice to calm down. Unfortunately, he is pickpocketed and loses all of the stuff, including cell phone and passport. Because he doesn't know where to go, he decides to go to Korean embassy in Manila, but it's closed for holidays. Then he sits in front of the embassy to rest for a while. Suddenly, Hong notices someone stepping out of a police car and running wildly across the street, disrupting traffic. The man dashes to him to ask for help and also introduces himself as Park. Unluckily, the cops are able to get him. Hong immediately looks for a taxi and follows their car until he stops at a settlement. Hong finds Park is interrogated and is on the verge of being shot. Just before that, Hong shouts, then shoots at them. Fortunately, they are able to flee and then go to a hotel. Park tells the reason Kim is arrested is because there's only two people who know where Yamashita's gold is hidden. First is Kim and second is Jun, who died when Patrick was shot. But to cleanse his name, Patrick claims that Kim is the perpetrator and the only person there was Park, so Kim needs his testimony. Suddenly, a woman that Hong had seen at the nightclub before comes. She is Park's girlfriend. They want to hand Hong up to Patrick, then ask for some money to flee Philippines. But they speak in Filipino, so Hong is unable to understand what they are saying. On the other hand, Park's girlfriend already negotiates and gets the money from Patrick. So she informs him of their whereabouts. As a result, they take Hong and Park to Patrick's place, then shoot Park. Over the phone, he threatens to kill Hong if Kim doesn't reveal the location of the treasure. Kim uses this opportunity to negotiate. He will reveal the location after Patrick takes Hong to Korean embassy, and he ultimately agrees. After that, Kim gives the key to the safe box but without an access code. Because of that, he is furious and plans to implicate Hong. Meanwhile, an officer asks Hong at Korean embassy. Instead of responding, he remembers Park's word that Kim would die right after Kim tells the location, then Hong walks away. In the meantime, her daughter is concerned about Hong since he is not able to contact it for a few days, but her mother advises her to calm down because his father may be busy. After being deceived by Kim, Patrick devises a scheme in which Hong is blamed for Park's murder. On the next day, Hong and Cheol go out to get a gun, handcuffs, and two transvestites to accompany them, as they were seen to be more intimidating than standard bodyguards. After that, they go to the hotel to identify, but there's no information. They then leave the hotel and return to the car. There, Hong notices a CCTV of a cafe going to the hotel entrance, so he asks the cafe owner to check the footage, but he is denied. Finally, they instruct the transvestites to speak with the cafe owner and succeed. After getting the evidence, they go to Patrick's place, where a cockfighting competition is being held. Hong comes close to shooting him there, but the bullet runs out. The guards then point a gun at him. In a rush, the transvestites come and beat all of the guards until they are unconscious. Patrick is promptly taken to the police station along with the evidence in the USB by Hong and Cheol. But the cops say that the USB is empty and Hong is arrested for his role as a murderer. This occurred as a result of Patrick bribing a detective who was with him in a room. On the other hand, in prison, he encounters Kim, who explains that he didn't actually protect him and thinks Hong is insane for believing all of his nonsense. Meanwhile, in the evening, Kim calls Patrick to tell about an access code, but he must set Hong free. The next morning, Hong is liberated and plans to leave Philippines immediately. He goes to pay Cheol, but he notices a photograph of Patrick as a fugitive in Korea. As a result, he notified his co-workers about delaying his return and intends to arrest Patrick. At night, Hong and friends return to Patrick's place to follow him until they come to a halt at a money changer. Hong asks the transvestites to trap Patrick into entering a sauna near the money changer. Meanwhile, Cheol is on duty to find evidence of a butterfly tattoo on Patrick's body to confirm that he is the same person sought in Korea. However, because Patrick had sealed the tattoo, he has no to rub it off. Patrick is in excruciating discomfort because he rubs so hard, then he tries to beat Cheol. But Hong comes and holds him, then asks Cheol to take Patrick's hair as additional proof and flees from him immediately. On their way, Cheol says Patrick instructs someone to liberate Kim and will take him away tomorrow morning looking for gold. When he hears, Hong asks to turn around and pick up Kim before Patrick arrives, but they are late. Out of hopelessness, Hong takes the photo that Kim had given before and flipped through the photo. He finds something on the back of the photo. It turns out to be the coordinates. The next morning, Hong and friends go to the coordinate. Patrick and Kim are there when he arrives. They also see Kim and guards go down to the seabed, but suddenly Kim reappears. Right after that, an explosion occurs because on the edge of the box there is a bomb. As a result, the box floated away from the area. Patrick feels cheated and will shoot Kim in the head, but Hong and friends appear out of nowhere. They shoot each other until one of the bullets hits Kim, then falls into the water. Fortunately, Hong is able to save him, and Patrick gets a treasure box, which contains a piece of iron with "stupid" engraved on it. The movie ends with Patrick becoming a suspect and arrested when arrives on the mainland, while Hong, Kim, and Cheol return to the island and find the real treasure containing gold bullion. This movie taught us to always see every chance as an opportunity, but not to blindly trust others, because misfortune can come from those we trust. So what do you think about this movie? If you were Hong, would you forgive Kim? Let us know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.